This is Adam Ellick reporting from Lahore, Pakistan. This is Burqa Vaganza, a satirical play that's become the unlikely focus of the liberal versus conservative conflict that's playing out across Pakistan.
Burqa Vaganza is basically a fun play, and the subtitle is a love story in the time of jihad. And the burqa in this play becomes a metaphor for creeping Talibanization, fundamentalism.
Everyone in the play, male and female, is required to wear a burqa. In March, the National Arts Council banned the play from the National Arts Gallery. A top official in the Culture Ministry said the play pollutes young minds and shouldn't be shown anywhere.
Here, the veil is being used as a symbol of trying to hide things.
It is a satire on burqa also.
Samia Kazi heads the women's wing of Jamaat-e-Islami, a conservative Islamic political party. She led the movement to ban the play.
We are not against the theater, we are not against the criticism, we are not against the people of their freedom of expression, but the freedom of expression ends where you start hurting somebody.
The crackdown against Burqa Vaganza, along with the government's recent Facebook ban for hosting cartoons against the Prophet Muhammad, shows how Pakistan's minority religious right continues to influence secular institutions, from the courts to the arts.
Their ideology and their mindsets are lurking within the minds of very influential sections of our society. When I'm talking of parliamentarians, when I'm talking of bureaucracy, when I'm talking of media, even judiciary.
The extremist minority has realized that they can make us feel afraid and they can rule by fear, and that's the worst thing.
When Naeem Tahir directed the Pakistani Arts Council, Burqa Vaganza performed numerous times in public theaters. But the new leadership decided differently.
They are not committed, enlightened people.
The current director, Tokir Nasir, who refused our interview request, denied the play permission to perform. In response, the theater group Ajoka scheduled a different performance at the National Arts Gallery. Then, at the last minute,
to register our protest in defiance of the so-called ban, Ajoka presents Burqa Vaganza.
The defiant act triggered protests from Islamic student groups.
But Burqa Vaganza, in a way, irritates. Maybe as a theatrical person, Madiha Gaur also enjoys the ruckus.
I also see a propaganda on the liberal side.
Professor Noman Haq says Pakistan's divided by two sets of extremists, the Islamists who reject everything Western and the liberals.
Where things are misrepresented, a contempt for history, a contempt for local traditions. They will not listen to an argument which contradicts their ready-made beliefs.
No woman in her right mind would like to be cloistered in this tent and sort of totally isolated from the rest of the world and the rest of mankind and her immediate surroundings.
This is a boutique for the hijab.
For her part, Ms. Kazi views the burqa as a privilege, not a prison. She runs this non-profit burqa boutique.
Hijab is no relationship with terrorism or backwardness. Hijab is the dignity and hijab is respect.
But when pressed to describe what particularly offends her... Have you seen the play yourself?
Yes, I've seen the particular parts of it, not the whole play.
Where did you see it?
In the Geo, because our one television channel it telecasted. So I've seen it.
Ms. Kazi is referring to short news clips. The play in its entirety has never been aired on television. Several senators who supported the ban also haven't seen the play. So why outlaw it?
The political parties have failed. The progressive people who profess progressive thought have failed, and they need to realize that this failure is really destroying the fabric of this country.